What up, YouTube? It's HollaatTWD. We're back at it again with another episode of HollaatTWD. We in here. Today we're going to be recapping the episode 5, Respect. Hold up, it's 5, right?
I don't know.
No, negative. 7. Episode 7.
That doesn't sound right.
Episode 7, Respect. Put some respect on Negan's name.
Fire.
Respect. Okay.
It is fire.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and say that.
Yeah. The second good episode of this whole season.
Yeah. They made some massive come-ups from last episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Last episode was a major, like, what the hell.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of this episode. We have your boy Carl and Jesus in the back of the truck. And then your boy jumps out of the truck and tells Carl, this is how you jump out of the truck. And Carl's like, hey, you know, you jump first, then I'll jump after. And then Jesus jumps out and Carl's like,
Gotcha, fam. Peace. So
we out of here. So yeah, he's like, I'm going to the sanctuary. I don't know about you. So your boy Negan takes Carl to the sanctuary. Told him what happened once he got to the sanctuary.
So basically, I was like, I thought that he was gonna somehow like avoid getting caught, but then the closer, like, the guy jumped into the car, into the back of the van where he was at. He was hiding behind some boxes and everything. And when he moved, when he got towards the back to where he was at, I was like, there's no way he can hide. But I was thinking somehow he's gonna manage to just sit there and hide. But then the guy turned around. When the guy turned around, I was like, what the hell? I was like, wow, he's gonna get caught. It's over. And this man just started blasting. He just started popping off, and so he shot him dead. And then he jumped out, and I think it was at that point he shot someone else. No. He shot him. He jumped out, and then he was like, I want to see Negan. Nobody else has to die. And then, basically, Negan walks out. Negan starts grabbing someone else as a human shield, just in case anything happens. And then,
this man Carl had a clear shot.
Then he just sat there. He just was like,
it was tragic,
terrible. But anyway, so then someone comes from the side and hits him, and so that's when he blasts somebody else, and so 2 people died at that right there. And then, so Carl's on the ground. I'm thinking, wow. This man just got himself completely killed. It's over. There's no way. Like, this is horrible. It's over. Rip Carl. Next hashtag on Twitter. But somehow he just laying there. Carl was like, wow, it's over. And then Negan walks up.
Matters.
Negan walks.
Carl's life matters.
Negan walks up and is just like, take my hand, boy. So, yeah.
Take my hand.
Yeah, he said, take my hand.
Yeah, because Dwight knocked the gun out of his hand, grabbed Carl.
That's what I'm saying. I said, and then Negan said, take my hand to Carl.
Oh, yeah, and then Carl didn't pick him up. Yeah, I wasn't listening. So, yeah. So, anyway, then Negan freaking picks him up and takes him to the sanctuary, where the factory where people work for points, and basically tells everybody gets fresh vegetables tonight. I don't know when vegetables became a reward, but
since the world ended.
Oh, and he said they're point free, so everybody gets them.
Yeah.
So then he goes and shows. He's like, "Hey, you ever been to Hugh Hefner's house, Carl? This is something like that." So he takes him into his room full of wives, where Dwight's old lady was with this other young girl, where Negan clearly is a pedophile because she looked like she was about 16. So. And Negan's pushing probably like 40. So yeah,
it blew me away when he brought this man to a room full of females and then handed him a beer. Like, think about that. This man was on his way to kill him, to assassinate him. He kills 2 of his men, and Negan takes him, puts him in a room full of women, and takes a beer and gets his hand and gives him the beer and says, "Enjoy yourself."
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
One of Negan's wives went back and like talked to her husband, or who was her husband, now Negan is. So one of the girls cheated on Negan, and Negan's like, "Oh, you cheated on me? Do you want to go back and work with your husband or your other husband, or do you want to come work for, or do you want to continue working for me? And like, I'll put you, your mom, and him all on the same job." She's like, "Nah, fam, I'm good. I want to stay here. Negan, I love you." And then Dwight comes in, and while he's kissing Dwight's wife, Dwight's like, "Bruh, fam, come on."
Ex-wife.
Negan's new wife. So then your boy, what happened after that? Oh, Daryl comes in with a tray of food, and Carl's Daryl asks, like, why is Carl here? And then he's like, you don't ask no questions. Don't make me put this toothpick through his last eye that he has left. So then he tells Carl to get the tray of food from Daryl, and they head back to Negan's room and tell him what happened in Negan's room.
So Negan's room is like really nice looking, first of all. But anyway, so they go back to the room and he's like sits him down and is like, I want to get to know you. Like the whole time he's calling him a badass. And that's nothing we didn't say. We should go back just a little bit. Is when he picked him up off the ground, he looked at him. He was like, Carl started to like kind of seem a little afraid, and so Negan quickly was turned around and was like, listen, I like you right now. Do not make me not like you, because then you really do not want me to do what I will do to you when I do not like you.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's go back.
He likes that Carl's not, is like fearless.
And so back in this room where he brought him to, he said, what he pointed out to him was like, you know, you do not act like the children your age. Like, he's like, you're a lot of people your age would be wallowing around just doing nothing, but you put yourself on a mission to come here and kill me, and you went through with it, and you were about to do it. I like that. I respect that. And so he tells him pretty much, and then Carl also asks him like later in the conversation, he's like, why are you keeping us alive? And like he got mad, and then so he went through, and Negan told him, he said, well, I have Daryl because he's going to be a good soldier for me. Mm-hmm. I have your dad because he's getting me supplies. And then he was like, so you can tell me what you're going to do. And then he's like, because you're a smart kid, you tell me, what are you going to do for me? And what did he say after that?
Watch out, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
And then he made him take off his eye thing.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you know what you're going to do for me? You're going to take off your eye patch. So then Carl takes off his eye patch, and he's like crying, which I don't know why you would cry over an eye patch. I guess he was embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he makes, and then he talks about how he can see Carl's socket and all of this other nonsense.
He's trying to be his dad, though. He's trying to take, he wants to take like Rick's place, it seems. I think that he wants to take Rick's place and try and raise him himself because of the way that, listen, the way that he was talking to him, he was like, this is some stuff that your dad should be teaching you, by joking on him. Yeah. He likes him. He likes him. I think he sees a little bit of himself in him, the way that he just does whatever. Yeah. He likes that. So.
I read something that said Negan used to be like his job before was a, what is that, badminton coach?
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Trash.
Crazy.
Him, badminton coach.
It would have made sense if he was a baseball player or something like that. But a badminton coach, I don't know, fam. So
yeah, he talks to Carl, then he says, I think the iron's ready. So the girl who cheated on Negan with her real husband in real life, Negan went to go burn his face with the iron like he did Dwight. So we finally see what actually happened to Dwight, how his face went from looking like mine to looking like Josh's. So that's like good to bad, right? That's a good ratio. Yeah. So
I mean,
yeah. So anyway, he burns his face. The dude like gets knocked out from the pain, like
pisses himself.
Yeah, and basically he has Daryl clean up the mess, and he tells everybody, I don't want to do this, like, so how about y'all just get yourselves in line. So after they burn his face, then he tells Carl they're going to go on a ride. So he takes Carl back to Alexandria. Meanwhile, this is happening. Rosita is yelling at Dwight like, fam,
at Dwight?
I said Eugene.
You said Rosita is yelling at Dwight.
I said Rosita is yelling at Eugene.
No, you didn't. It's recorded. You will see it and you will feel stupid.
I said Eugene.
Say it again.
So anyway, Rosita was yelling at Eugene.
Rick. It's your stupid self.
Rosita was yelling at Eugene to make her a bullet, saying that he's useless. He's so she basically guilts him into making a bullet, and
Eugene is. She pretty much just proved her point by saying you're a coward, and he just did it for her. Like, yeah, that was pretty stupid of him.
Yeah, and what's that Deanna's son name? Worthless. Worthless.
Worthless.
Worthless.
For real.
Found
stupid.
Yeah, your boy Worthless found crossbow in the woods. So, and I think this is gonna be the part where Daryl breaks out later in the episode. We'll get to that in a second. Meanwhile, all this is going on. Michonne is stacking bodies in the road to stop the saviors from coming towards Alexandria. And while this is happening, one of the saviors stops that is alone, and she hijacks her car and tells her to take her back to Negan. And when she first begins, she like takes the lady's guns and everything, so she's in the car. And she goes to drive, and then she stops and tries to wrestle Michonne. And Michonne just one-hands her, like...
grabs her by her ponytail.
If you don't
and
stop
says,
tripping, I'm about to, like, do you dirty. So she ends up making her take her back to the sanctuary. So he found a crossbow from a body that was hanging in the tree. So when the body falls, he takes a note out that's written in Latin, and he's able to find out where these people buried this food. So he runs into Rosita and Eugene and says, "Hey, we're gonna give all of this stuff back to the saviors. We're just gonna give it straight to the saviors." And I think that's gonna reveal what he's actually doing in the next episode. But at this time, Carl and Negan are back at Alexandria. So you want to tell them what happened when he got back?
Well, first of all, what's the big girl's name? It started with
Olivia.
Olivia. All right, so back at Alexandria, we have Carl and Negan and Olivia, and Olivia is like super scared of Negan for a good reason, and it was sad. He shamed her, and also she shamed herself because she was being dramatic about it. But so pretty much, he walks in and says, "How about you, bring us." First of all, yeah, I guess. Where's Rick? But then they figured out he's gonna be gone for a while, and so Negan's like, "All right, that's cool. I'll wait. I got time. I'll be sitting here waiting for him. But in the meantime, how about you make us a little bit of..."
Bro, you skipped the funny part. Bro, so this man...
I was getting to it.
That came before there.
Go ahead.
It came first.
Go ahead.
Bruh, so he comes in, he says, "Where's Rick?" He's out scavenging food because we're basically starving here. Was that first? Was that first?
I was getting to it. You
went.
You don't listen.
Tell the story.
Nah,
because you skipped to the lemonade.
You got it.
Go ahead. You got it.
You got it.
Go.
You got it.
Go. Tell your story.
You gotta let me speak?
Yes.
Okay. So in Alexandria, we got Carl, Negan, and Olivia.
Alright, we heard that part.
And Negan's like, "All right, well that's cool. I'll wait." And then he asks her to get some lemonade for him, and
I'm listening.
You know what? You got it. I forgot how it went.
Because he didn't ask for lemonade yet.
Okay, I forgot how it got to where we were at.
Try. He doesn't pay attention. Okay, anyway, so your boy says, "Where's Rick?" She says, "He's out scavenging food because we're here basically starving." Mm-hmm. That was the conversation. And then he says, "We're basically starving." What? What? You're starving? Like, this must be a joke. He turns around to Carl like...
No, because she started crying. She started breaking
Before
down.
she started crying. When he turned around, that's when she started crying. Bro, you gotta watch the episode. How much you want to bet? How much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet? Put your iPhone on it.
I'm not doing that.
Exactly.
But I'm not that stupid, but I remember it, so.
No. He said, "You're basically you," and then he turns around to Carl's like, and then when he turns back around, she turns around and starts crying. And then he walks up to her and says...
He turned around and looked at Carl because she turned around and started crying.
Okay, alright. Put your iPhone on it.
There's no need to.
Exactly.
I know I'm right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
if you know you're right, why don't you take my iPhone then?
Don't worry about
exactly. it. Exactly. With your front camera that doesn't work. Holla Squad vlogs coming soon, not from Lucid because he doesn't have any front camera. Alright, so what happened? Go ahead.
You got it.
No, you got it. Go ahead. I'm not going to say anything.
This man. Okay.
She started crying.
Okay, so she started crying, and pretty much after he slick just kind of roasted her, and then he turns around, he's like, "You know what? I'm sorry about all that." He starts being nice, and Olivia's like kind of like, "What the hell's going on? Why is he being nice?" Then he tells this person he just insulted pretty badly. He was like, "We could pass the time by going at it," and then she just slaps him. Like, I was like, wow. And then so Negan like gets all up in her face and says, that just makes me like you a whole lot more.
50%.
50% more. And then she just got more disgusted. And then he just turned around and then he told Carl to take him on a tour, right?
I don't know what happened. You told her what happened.
You got it.
You told her what happened. Okay, So Carl takes him around the tour, so they go around. This man's playing darts and all types of stuff. Then he runs into Judith. Well, Carl was trying to keep him out of the room with Judith, and then your boy Negan was like, oh, Judith. Yeah, so basically taking Rick's spot. Meanwhile, he takes Judith on the porch, and he's like, you know, maybe I should kill you and your dad. Talking about Carl and Rick. And I should just move in, settle in here, and blah, 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 blah. And, yeah. So, that's really how the episode was. Like, you just gotta watch it. We don't know the perfect timeline, because while Carl and Negan are on the porch, Eugene walks by. We know Eugene is with Rosita. We're at the sanctuary taking the food there. That was the sanctuary, right?
I don't know.
Or were they back at Alexandria? Who knows? So, yeah. That's the recap of Respect. You got any last thoughts on the episode?
I thought it was really... this was a really good episode. It was a really good episode. That's what I think about it. I'm glad that they did what they did in this one. I'm glad they went back and they made this episode longer to fit everything to fit into it.
Yeah, all the garbage they've been feeding us for the past 5 episodes.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, especially last episode. Last episode was just like, nah. I think they knew themselves they had to do something. That's why they knew when they made that episode that they had to turn around and do something like this, and they did. So they executed it well, and I'm happy with it.
Oh,
so.
And yeah, after Daryl had to clean up the pee, he was sent back to his cell, and then later on that day he was slipped a note that says go now, because we know Negan's gone. So he slipped him a key and a match. What the match is for, who knows. Key, obviously, for a car. So what will we see next? I think this is the part where they kill Daryl.
This is the part where Daryl breaks out, and who knows from when there. Who knows?
Yeah, he's probably gonna do something with the crossbow because that guy found out the crossbow.
Definitely. So, definitely.
Yeah, Daryl's gonna go back and be like, "Hey fam, I'm gonna need that crossbow off you." And yeah, so we'll see what happens. So y'all like, comment, subscribe. Holla at Krazy with HollaatTWD. We'll be back with we'll actually do a prediction blog for the season finale since they didn't give us a butt cheeks episode this time. So yeah, we'll see y'all later.